Hello everybody, how are we doing? Welcome to the stream. I am back. We are playing more Run Bun. I think it's been a little over a week because I think last stream I did was Saturday last week. This is Sunday now. We are going again. We are continuing run number 3. Last stream, I think we went for a little over an hour, about an hour and a half, and we got all the way up to Petalburg Woods with the Aqua Grunt inside. That is next, and that's what we're going to be preparing for. You can see here is the calc, and at the end of the stream, I believe, or perhaps just off screen, I wrote down this very simple idea. And we're going to finish the calc and we will get into it. We should be able to clear through this Aqua Grunt and then we can hopefully get to Dewford, get some more Mons, and I think that will probably be it for today. Not doing a particularly long stream, but we are doing one, and I'm going to slide that along a little bit on my overlay. I've realized I've changed my overlays very slightly. So if I put that there. Oh. And remove that one. There. Those two line up. Perfect. Okay. So. First thing, we have Monarch 1v1ing Carvana, which I think was one of 2 I had in mind, so it makes sense, because we have a chance, though very low, to Oko, but it does have an Oranberry, so we either hit the 6.3 or we 2-shot. If we 2-shot, I think it's guaranteed to Aqua Jet twice, because we outspeed. And we have a chance of killing both times, so it's always going to use a priority move, which, let's see, that's minus 26. So that puts us to 15, and I think that will always bait. This should always bait Krogunk. So this will be team order. Krogunk goes for Belch. And Aurora can survive a Belch, but I don't want her to. Have to. So I think we do some pivoting. Who would take a Belch and not bait something else though? Because you die, guarantee. Your bug types, you're also weak to Belch. I think everyone baits Belch though. I do outspeed though. It's a 50 Oko, but no, I could die in this situation, huh? So we never want to be doing that, particularly because it might... No, it's... Okay, so it's always going to prioritize the kill over that. Let's see, what does Belch Salicberry actually do again? Let's see... So Salicberry increases speed by 1. And Belch... Ah, right, so Belch can only activate if the user has previously consumed a berry. Right? Is that correct? So we just need to make sure... Okay, let me check the AI. I don't want to be wrong about this. Based on the way that describes it, where am I looking at? Where's the AI document? There it is. I'm blind. I had something else on my screen so I couldn't see. Okay, let's see. Is there special rules for belch? No. Is there a move change for belch? Also no. Okay, so that should mean that it can't use belch unless... It shouldn't be able to use belch unless we get it below a third health? Is it going to try and belch anyway though? Not third, sorry, a quarter health. So I think this actually is probably a safe switch from Monarch into Rara. And if you're asleep, that's a guaranteed after fake out, but we have to rely on Sing, which isn't very accurate. It can two-shot us, but only if it can use belch, which I'm not convinced it can. We have options, if not, because we have Pokemon we can pivot through. Okay. I don't think we really want to be using this, do we? Only if we can get it to use Rock Smash, I think. Or Fake Out. Because then it definitely baits belch. Okay. So, line... We have Juniper for Execute. Which, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. This isn't as scary as I was fearing, actually. This looks quite doable. So I think I'm just gonna get into it. So theoretically, we should only need 3 Pokemon for this fight. We're gonna want to bring some just in case. Not that we want to sack anything. So first of all, Monarch can go up front. I think bringing Rume is a smart idea. Saba might not be the play in this situation, but I don't know if Froggy would be. Supersonic isn't the move I'm thinking of, no, I'm thinking of Boom Burst. But maybe it's worth bringing her anyway? I think we'll leave Fauna in the box and bring Froggy. Okay. Let's make sure everyone's healed. Okay. Then berries. I think we only need orange berries. Now, do we want one on everyone? Is it better to just let some be sacks? I'm gonna do it anyway, and I'm hoping we shouldn't need to bring any of these Pokemon out. It should just be Monarch, Rowra, and Juniper, is I believe the plan. Press save. Juniper, yes. Okay, so we're just gonna go into it, and I think today we're going to continue up to Granite Cave at the least. I'd like to see if we can get our encounter in there before the end of stream. Obviously we're going to beat this grunt, and I think that's 2 more trainers, but I think we get 3 or 4 encounters once we get past this trainer, oh sorry, this boss, and then the next couple trainers before Granite Cave. I think that's it. Right, so final check, is Monarch out front? Yes, everyone should be holding a berry, summary, orange berry, cherry. Okay, so this is a good thing we checked, because Asaba has a cherry berry, which again, it shouldn't matter, but I would rather this be an orange berry because we want the health. I'm gonna save again. I know it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, perfect. Right, it is now time. Okay, so Carvana, Monarch, our plan, let's go through it from the top. We are going to Air Cutter, correct? Because we wanted to kill this with a special attacker so we don't get rough skin procs. Okay, that's fine. We didn't get the max roll, but again, that's fine. So it uses Aqua Jet a second time, I was right about that. That brings us below, that's a crit, but that activates Oranberry, which puts us again above half, and you go down. I think regardless, that baits in Krogunk, because Krogunk has a kill. What am I looking for? I'm clicking various buttons and none of them are correct. Krogunk, yep, we were right. And so now we're going to pivot into Aurora. It uses Poison Sting. Okay. And it doesn't get the poison. Good. Okay. No poison touch. Good. Now. This is going to be a question because it cannot fake out. So we are 36 on Aurora against Krogunk. In this case, let's assume Belch to 0 because it's not low enough. And what health is this thing at? Let's say that's 70% just to be safe. So it is a guaranteed 2-shot. It would be a guaranteed Oko. But if we miss, we take multiple Rock Smash, right? And a +1 speed, it would outspeed me. Okay, let's see. I think it's guaranteed to Rock Smash here. So what do I do about that? I'm going to sing. Raura, I'm trusting you. Please don't miss. Oh, Raura, you are a hero of this run so far. I think my two heroes so far have been Raura and Monarch. I think they've both put in the most work so far. What I think I'm going to do as well, I'm going to go back and I'm going to track how many times they've gotten kills each, because that's an interesting stat, I feel. Okay, so we have Execute against Delcatty. It is going to either Stun Spore or Bullet Seed. Do either of those options scare me here? Not really. I think because I outspeed, I feel like it's going to try and go for Stun Spore for speed control. I think I'm going to just get one attack in, let Raura get paralyzed. Yeah, like that. And now Raura's paralyzed. It's going to either Leech Seed or Bullet Seed. But I think for either of those I can switch in Juniper, because Juniper resists, 4 times resists Bullet Seed, and should be immune to Leech Seed, I think? Or is that grass types and not bug types? It might be. Either way, this is my best move. It's not full HP, so Bug Bite should OHKO. The Leech Seeds? Leech Seed works. Okay. And I'm hoping... Okay. So that's above 75. It is, it's nearly 80. But I'm gonna Bug Bite anyway. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. And Juniper is back at full HP. Okay. Okay. So that was nice and easy. Alright, so now we go to Dewford. We have no reason not to. Now, let's think. Before we do anything... Ellie, hi! How are you? Hope you're doing well. We are running and bunning it, as you can see. So the only encounter we could miss here would be Petalburg. Do we have any reason to fish for Petalburg? Which I don't think so, because we want our Poplio chance. Surskit would be nice, because Masquerain is always nice. But Run Bun is slaying. I think it is, you know. We just had a very good battle against the first boss of the game. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was, and it was absolutely not. We took it out with 3 Pokemon without, like, hardly any risk. Okay. So, okay, we have the letter. I am going to skip Petalburg for now. We will not be able to come back until after we beat Brawly, if we beat Brawly. So here we go. We are heading off to Dewford, and I think we roll our encounters and we prepare for the next couple trainers, which is who's up first? Trainer battles. Let's see. We have Fisherman Elliot and Ruin Maniac Georgie. We have these 2 battles to do, and then we can get into Granite Cave and get our full encounter for Dewford Town. And I think that's the plan. Okay. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to heal up very quickly. Just because we have obviously just done a boss battle. Not that it's really a risk. I don't think we were even below half on anyone, thankfully. We are going to put Raura out front, because we are going to be doing some catching. Let's check. Do I have Pokeballs? Because I'd like to know that. We have 14. That's good enough. So, let me remind myself. This is Dewford, and over here is Route 107. And that's Dewford Town. Okay. Okay. Let's think. What do we want? So we can get essentially a fighting type in Dewford itself, or a water type. Carvana, I hear, is usually good. Horsey, I mean, I think it's safe to say we're getting a fish encounter here. Horsey is also good, correct? So, I wonder, do we do 2 fishing encounters and see if we can guarantee one of these 2? Because it's only a 20% chance to get a Remoraid. But if we get Carvana here, we have a higher chance of getting a Horsey here. Or we can get something like, I think Tyrogue is quite good. Timber, we get Guts. Makuhita, I think, also is Guts. And Farfetch'd. There's quite a few Guts Pokemon, now that I think about it. But I don't remember which most of them are. Mienfoo, I hear, is also kind of clutch. So I think I'm gonna do a grass encounter in Dewford. And a fishing encounter for 107. I think then 106 is the one up this way, correct? Are you 106? This is 106. And we're also going to do a fishing encounter there. That doesn't really have any effect on anything though. Okay, we'll do our grass encounter real quick. I think I have my repel on, don't I? Oh, no, it wasn't. Oops. Okay. Here we go. What are we getting? Tyrogue! And our first male Pokemon. Okay. So, Sing. Perfect. And now we start throwing balls. I really don't know what we can name a Tyrogue though. For the people who don't know, I'm trying to do a theme for names this run, where I'm using the names of VTubers for my Pokemon. And I think I've quickly run out of names, unfortunately. Although, there is the new gen for SVA who has a gym related or gym themed male VTuber in it, and I don't remember what his name is right now. Give me just a moment, chat. I'm gonna look up what his name is. Just bear with me for a moment more, chat. I am just trying to find the account on Twitch, because I can't remember the name, annoyingly. Let's see. Sklimbo. That was it. Where can I? Let me. Here we go. Oh, I've misspelled that, haven't I? I forgot the C. I'm trying to keep it as on theme for like the Pokemon as their namesake. So we've got our gym themed Pokemon is named after a gym themed VTuber who is also a male VTuber. One thing you may notice is that so far, besides that Tyrogue, every Pokemon that I'd caught up until now was actually female. Oh, and I should keep remembering to update my death counter when I catch new Pokemon. Right, so this is 107, correct? I believe so. 107, yeah. And I think regardless we're fishing here. So I will cast the line. So let's see, we got a Tyrogue here. Cool. 107, we're fishing. What do we want here? Horsey kind of came in clutch against Combusken in Brawly last run. Carvanha would be really nice for a dark type, I think. We're just gonna have to see. I think Remoraid is the one we're gonna get. It's not surprising. It was obviously the one that I didn't want, so why wouldn't they? It is also 40% chance. Okay, Sing. I don't think Raura has missed a Sing so far this entire run. She is doing phenomenally, and I have so much respect for her, honestly. Okay. So we have a new fish Pokemon who turns into an octopus. So I think we want to go for Ina from Hololive. And I'm going to embarrass myself by not remembering how to spell Ina's full name. Inanis. Because the character limit is 10. I don't want to go too crazy. Is it 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Ina. Is that a comma or an apostrophe? That's a comma. Can we do an apostrophe? Yes. Now, is the second part capitalized? Yes. Glad I looked. Maybe this would have been better kept for like a psychic type, because I know a bit of Ina's lore, but regardless. Okay, so that's 2 encounters. Let's mark that off. Remoraid. So finally we are going to be doing Route 106, which is up here. And what do we want here? Do we really want anything of this? I do have a name suggested for Spheal, which I think would be fun, but Spheal I don't think is going to be very good in this situation. Maybe Shelter? I think maybe Staryu, because I think it gets some good psychic moves. So I think that maybe should be what I focus on, but that's only a 10%. Either way, we're going fishing. I don't think there's any way that I would be able to influence getting a better Mon. So we are just going to have to hope and pray that we get a Staryu here, I suppose. So let's go for it. We ought to feel. Okay. I'm not going to mark it off on the board yet because we need to guarantee the encounter. Another hit Sing. Look at her go. I know that Sing isn't accurate, right? It's not 100%. It's slightly more accurate than usual. It's now 70% instead of 55%. But Sing, in previous runs, Sing has missed like so many critical moments. Yet Aurora has not missed a single Sing before. She has been going crazy. Okay. Now, this was a name that was suggested on the uploaded VOD of the last stream, and I think it's really cute. Is it cute or is it funny? I don't know. But someone suggested Bow, and I've already spelled it wrong. That's crazy. Bow the whale? Now, I interpreted that because of Bow's Bowberry model, and I'm not sure if I want to put in Bowberry or just leave it at Bow, because this field will eventually evolve, assuming it doesn't die. I'm going to keep it as Bow, but it is cute. I like that name. Right, we're going to do our levels now. Then we will figure out what is going to be brought to the next trainer. So we're putting everyone in the party. Okay. Let's heal, just for PP reasons. Excuse me. Okay. And endless candy time. So, first thing, actually, before we end this candy, is there any reason we don't want to level up? Okay. So it evolves at level 20, it's not actually going to learn any new moves for a while. And I don't think we have any way to influence its attack or defense besides heart scales. Oh gosh, I remember why we didn't want to come here. Because there was a heart scale on Petalburg Beach that I wasn't able to find last stream. Oh, that's annoying. Oh dear. Oh, that's quite annoying. Okay. I don't understand how it learns moves before it evolves if its pre-evolution doesn't learn them. But it does get a helping hand, which is also going to be useful for double battles. Okay. So Tyrogue, Ask Limbo. There's no reason not to evolve, or sorry, not to level you up to level 12. Cool. Right. Remoraid. You evolve at 25 and you learn Aurora Beam at 14 here and here. 25, so Focus Energy. Focus energy. And you learn Aqua Jet. You're a special attacker, and you learn your signature move at level 25, which I think is like immediately after Brawly. So it doesn't really matter, and I'm gonna level you up, I think. Oh, the level cap increases. Ah, I had forgotten about this. Okay, so what does this put the level cap at now? So let's just send Sklimbo the entire way up then. Does it put it at 18 immediately? No, 17. Okay, I forgot. Okay. So again, Ina, you can go all the way up to 17. There's like no reason not to. Okay. Sphere evolves at level 20, so that's fine. Evolves into Celio. It learns quite a few. It learns Encore. That's good to know. Aurora Beam, Brine. So yes, Sphere and Celio, there's no harm in evolving or leveling up you. Right, Ice Ball. You are just an Ice type rollout, aren't you? Oh. Oh, that was close. I'm glad it asked. I accidentally pressed my back button. Now see, this will technically be stronger, because we would have Stab with an Ice type move, I think. Sphere, you're an Ice type, right? You're a Water Ice type? I hope so. You evolve into one at least. We have Water type moves. We have Water type coverage already. Rock type moves are good for flying types. But this one is just the same move but stronger. We have got an Ice type move, but that has a status. This one just gets progressively more powerful. I think we drop one of these two moves. I think it's Growl. Maybe I'll regret that later, but we'll find out. So we should get two more moves. We get one now, which is Charm. And I think Charm is probably going to be pretty good. Sharply reduces attack. So this is just Growl, but better, I think. I don't think we need Water Gun. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice you in chat. How's the box looking? I can show you this. It's exclamation point box in chat if you want to look at it yourself. Otsuka. Pretty bit situational. Okay. Sorry, I missed your messages in chat because I don't have it up my phone today, and I clicked off to look at the lens set. I'm very sorry. I hope I didn't miss you. Okay. Let's see. So we should get Brian here. Let's see. Does double damage to foes at half health? I don't think we want to be betting on freezing, so I think I'm gonna drop that. I'll learn Brian instead. Okay, let me remind myself. I think you're an Ice Water type, but I don't want to be wrong. You know? Ice Water type, yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. So, let's see. Pidgey, you evolve at level 16. But your learn set is the same between them, so that's fine. I'm gonna... Oh, never mind. I thought I had my endless candy out. Okay. Pivot dance. Sharply reduces attack. Okay. And I think I'm gonna drop sand attack for that. Because accuracy is more RNG than just a -2 attack. So that's good. What do we do next? Well, we can level up Rara. There's no reason not to because she's already fully evolved. Still on Charm. We go on Charm, I think. Do we want to though? I think we drop Double Slap for Charm. Makes the most sense because we don't really use Double Slap. All of our moves become normal type anyway. And we have Wake Up Slap, which is just stronger. So... Piplup, you evolve at level 16, which I knew. Is there any reason to delay your evolution? You can get Aqua Jet earlier, but you get Metal Claw at 16? You get Waterfall both forms, if that matters. You get a Life Dew earlier here. I'm not delaying my starter to get Protect because I think that's probably a really bad idea. I'm assuming you don't get Protect at all? No. Okay, I am going to go for the level up with Saba. Bubble Beam, and that's just an upgrade of Bubble, if I remember correctly. 65, 100. Bubbles may lower the foe speed, yeah. So that's just an upgrade. We're gonna go for that. Right. Okay, and we're allowing the evolution. Okay. Now let's we don't need Pound. I think that's a fairly weak normal type move. So we'll drop Pound for Metal Claw. Okay, and I'm not really expecting that we'll be using Growl very much, but I think having the option to lower physical attack is going to be useful, specifically because we're about to go into Brawl. Well, not about to. We're going to be going to Brawly soon, and just because she's currently already on with Protect, I'm going to skip leveling up Monarch for a little bit because I know it's usually a good idea to have a low level Protect user. So, Endless Candy. Let's see, Execute. Execute. I forget how to. I wasn't sure how to spell the name. I'm gonna be so honest with you all. Let's see, so sleep powder at 17, Psybeam at 20, and it doesn't evolve unless I give it a stone, so I think I figured out that I need to decide by like level 40, is that right? I think by level 42 is when I would, at the latest, want to evolve it, because I get Wood Hammer early actually. But regardless, I'm going to need a leaf or a shiny stone, and I don't actually know where either of those are yet. So I'm fine to start leveling up Fauna. We get sleep powder. That's going to be big, I think. So it's a lower chance to hit than Stun Spore. But I think is that worth? If you're still here, do you have any like suggestions for me? Should I go for it, or should I swap Stun Spore, or should I forget Sleep Powder? Because I think keeping Poison Powder is going to be useful in case I need to do chip damage. So it's between these two, which one I forget for the other one. I have ways of putting foes to sleep, but sleep is very powerful. I think I'm dropping Stun Spore. Okay. Oh, it's Palpitoad. I didn't realise. So, we have Timpo at the moment. It evolves at level 16. At 12 it learns Mud Slap. So how do I... So regardless, by level 17 it knows Mud Shot. So... I don't know the level caps in this game. That might be a problem. I don't think there's a way I can look immediately, is there? Because I think even in this, it doesn't tell me what level cap each boss. I suppose I can look at... because that's 12. And... see, you're only level 17 though. But I think then it goes, the level cap goes up to 21 for Brawly. So, what was I looking for? I was looking for when we get to level 30. Oh, so you're still before... oh, so this is quite a way away, actually. Okay, I don't think that's a problem. I think I can just level up Froggy and just go for it. Is my chat updating? Yes, okay, just making sure. Froggy wants to learn Mud Shot. Okay, so we do get it before evolving, that's good. So that may confuse. I don't know if the type effectiveness would be worth, but it does do more damage, and I think... no, because Palpitoad... is Palpitoad a ground type? It is. Seismitoad isn't, if I remember correctly. Sorry, not Seismitoad, Timpo. My names are all over the place. I'm used to calling them by their nicknames now. You're gonna show line in the background, but always real, you never click the rest is free. One shot you can get speed control. That makes sense. Okay. What I think I'll do, let's think. I'm gonna lose Mud Slap in that case. Okay, and you should evolve now, yep. Perfect. I think accuracy moves are really good, but it's RNG, and it's kind of a risk that I'm not sure I'm willing to take. Okay. And you can level up one more time. That should be it. So next and last, it's Juniper. Sizzlepede, not Sizzlepede, I forget. So you evolve at 25. So there's nothing I can really do yet about this anyway, because I can't delay your evolution regardless, so I may as well level you all the way up. Regular bite. Flinch chance would be nice, and a dark type move. Are there any psychic types to come though? Because if I think about it, we've kind of already... Let's think. I don't think we have very much use for a dark type move actually. Not specifically. Only for frauding / steering? Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm. 60 base power might cause flinching, but if I remember, Juniper, you're quite slow, right? 15 speed, I guess. You're 17, you're 22, yeah, that's quite low. All things considered, 45 base speed. I don't think it's worth. Wrap might be useful, just because it's a multi-turn move, but at the same time, Bite might be more useful in case there is something I outspeed. It's also just good damage, but then again, Bug Bite's going to be doing more damage, doesn't need me to outspeed, and has a better secondary effect, so I think it makes the most sense to drop Bite. I'm happy to hear any differing opinions before I do it. So if anyone thinks it would be better to keep Bite, let me know, otherwise I think I'll forget it, as I don't think it's the best move for me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna forget learning Bite. Just in case. Smokescreen fake, I think. You think I should forget smokescreen? I can do that. Don't know if you click Bite either. Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Because I know I kind of talk bad about accuracy moves, but I think I'm more likely to use smokescreen than I would Bite. Because I have Bug Bite. Both are good against psychic types, right? Or is it the other way around? Is Bug good against dark? I don't remember. Yeah, Bug's good against dark, okay. I don't know if that's a good test looking at a grass psychic type, because it's a Bug type move. Yeah, so Psychic and Dark are both weak to it. Yeah. It's a tough one. Because Smokescreen is a very RNG dependent thing. But you get Crunch. Yeah. I don't think Bite's worth it then. I'm gonna not learn Bite. Okay. That's good. So let's save that now. We were an hour in, nice. Okay. Doesn't make a difference. Wrap moves. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know what would be a good idea there. So I just kind of kept it. So I'm gonna do these as in order as possible, just to update my box document. That's what I was worried about. Okay. This isn't gonna work the way I want to, is it? Not what I wanted to click. No, this doesn't work. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna control. I was hoping to keep my nicknames, but I'll just have to remember them, I suppose. Goes out. Import everyone. Who's missing there? Why did that not get everyone? Is that correct? I'm not doing this in like the smartest way, I admit, but... Okay, so I have 10 ones, okay. Sure. So you're still level 12? But does that mean you're now level 17? Yeah, okay. So that's clear in there. Put everyone back at 100%, because we are. Right, let's see. I didn't actually look. So, Bao, you do not have very good HP or attack. You are technically a special attacker, which is fine. And for something so slow, you're quite fast. Attack boosting nature, despite the really poor attack stat. Okay. I think we can live with that, but we'll find out. Let me see. Froggy, you were already on my team. Neutral nature. bad special attack. Okay, very in the middle physical attack. You're not as fast as I would maybe like you to be. This isn't perfect, but it's not awful, I think. And Schlimbo, you have, all in all, not awful stats. I would like you to be a bit faster. Neutral nature and steadfast. Isn't steadfast hidden ability for you? No, Vital Spirit's hidden ability. What does steadfast do then? Let me check. Flinching raises speed. Okay, that's good to know. I don't think it's going to be very useful in the long run, particularly not against Kubfu, because I think Kubfu is just going to ruin this Tyrogue. But it's good to know at least. You are a fighting type. Okay. Well, regardless, we are past the Aqua Grunt and we are on to you. And where do we start? I suppose you? Because that gets off a Aurora Beam on us. But we can Oko it, it's a slow kill. Unless we get 2 hits. Which I need to remember with Bullet Seed, because it is a multi-hit move. We need to guarantee all 3 hits hit. Do I have anything that actually... So I can outspeed. That's guaranteed actually, isn't it? So I can... Yeah, I can outspeed, fake out, wake up set. So I think Aurora, you're our guarantee. You're our guaranteed first slot here. Then what comes out into Aurora? So they both underspeed. They both under damage, correct? So it should be T-Mod. Where it's gonna try and use Giga Drain. Swiftswim Lumberry is interesting. Can I? Yeah, because Webble Beam is 2-shot, particularly after... no, not particularly after Giga Drain, it's just 2-shot anyway. It really wants to Teeter Dance, and Bug Bite underspeeds and doesn't guarantee unless we crit. We can get the Lumberry, that's not going to be very helpful. Unless Oranberry... No, even then we're still not guaranteed to survive. So that's a no. Water Grass. Flying type moves gonna do anything here? Okay. Air Cutter's looking pretty good. Yeah, we do not want to bring a water type in here. Particularly not water ground type. See, you could 2-shot here. Right? Not guaranteed, because Giga Drain might... I think Giga Drain actually, unless we max roll twice, I don't think we can out damage the heal from Giga Drain. So I think we do get a fake out on you, but you don't have any other better moves to hit with. Monarch is still level 12. unless we up you to level 17, again, that's still not guaranteed Oko. And I think Mume can probably take this. So, Crowra, Mume. I think we leave our water types at home for this fight. And that leaves Aracuda, who again doesn't have very much on us here. We just don't want to use a fighting type. We just don't want to be baiting that peck. So we can't be using Pavilion. Unless we bait it to peck into protect, in which case we can waste this flying gem. Because without flying gem, no, that still does a bit, so that's probably not worth. Okay. But Bullet Seed is a guaranteed Oko if it hits 3 times. I can live with that. I think it does underspeed those, but we do take more than one attack. So I think Fauna, you're coming. We'll bring Sklimbo for fake out support. We do have 4 water types in fact. I think Monarch comes just for potential, because we can protect, we can stun Spore, right? I think that's probably our best team here. I think Raura is going to be our MVP, taking out Staryu. I think we're good. I think we're good in that case. Okay. Let's save. Yep. Do I need berries? This is a good question. Okay. Is there... So I don't have Lumberry. There's a chance of confusion from this Lombre, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that. So I think this is my move. Now that I'm remembering, one of these houses has Silk Scarf, and I think it's you. Here it is. Okay. That's good. Do I have anything that would need it currently? Because I could put it on Rahara? Does that matter though? I think that guarantees that actually. So I think that is my play actually here. And we'll play it by ear, but I think Raura, you should hold this Silk Scarf. And let's set that. Good. Okay, so Raura is up first. We are about to go into Fisherman Elliot, which should be this guy here. We have all the encounters we have currently available to us. And I think that's everything. We're going into it. Okay, so fake out. Good. That did a lot. That was probably a high roll, actually. So I think we outspeed and that guarantees wake up slap kills. Good. Which should mean that next is a Lombre. Yep, team order. So, now we have choices. And I was looking at the wrong things. So I think actually the fake out was a low roll, looking at it, because with Silk Scarf. So, Lombre is out. We outspeed. We do not have guaranteed Oko unless we put you to sleep, but we cannot because you have a Lumberry. So, it's most likely to go for Giga Drain, which is highest damage, but it might Teeth Dance, which I think puts me in confusion. I think I'm gonna do it anyway, because I'm gonna switch out after this, and we're gonna go into Mume, I think is my plan. He uses Giga Drain. Okay. Someone no release speed. Okay. Then again, because we outspeed, that did more than half. So we can just kill it. Yeah, Raura can just kill it. I'm overcomplicating things. Okay, now Aracuda comes in. It is guaranteed to Aqua Jet, which is also fine. What scares me in this situation? Nothing. This could Oko, potentially. Unless if this crits twice? That's a bad start. Right. No, even a second crit wouldn't be enough. Oh, it survived on 1 HP. That's actually kind of rude. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Aqua Jets again. Even if it crits, it doesn't kill. And Raura just soloed this trainer. That's kind of crazy. I was scared for nothing. Okay. Alright. Let's go get healed back up. And then we are on to the Ruin Maniac, which I think will be the last one of the day, because we want to get into Granite Cave. Delcatty is the Beach Queen. Delcatty is just the carry. Delcatty has carried every one of my runs so far, at least up until Brawly, where I think I brought her to the first one, but I don't remember if I did second time. Oh, I need to update my overlay again. I always forget. 0 out of 10, and the level cap is now 17. Okay. So, let's re-up these. Dwebble is up first. And it's normal resist, so we probably don't want to be leading. I forgot her name, I'm so sorry. Let's see. Weak Armor? I think... Is Weak Armor physical moves only, or is it just any attack? It's any attack. Okay, good to know. No, hang on, two different things just happened there. There were two different... Okay. Okay, so it should be only physical moves. That's good to know. There's Bug Rock type, which I think... We have Water Gun, we can two-shot it, and we outspeed, which is good to know. Two-shot with Water Gun? It hits the rock. It's also going to go for Sticky Webs. So maybe I don't lead with something that outspeeds? Because does that mean it's not going to Sticky Web? No, it's still going to try and Sticky Web, I think. Yeah, okay. It's more encouraged to Sticky Web. That's fine. So I think we lead Primpup, just Clear Body. Wait. Or do we save Primpup for someone else? Is there anyone else? Because you have Water Compaction. And I think that gives you water immunity. No immunity granted, but it makes you stronger if you're hit by water type moves. That makes sense. But you died to Bubble Beam. Okay. That's good to know though. Berry Juice I don't think can be stolen by Pluck. Berry Juice. Because you're not a berry. You're just an item with berry in the name. Right? Yeah, so I can't steal it. I don't want to be using a flying type in this situation. I definitely don't want to be using you. So I underspeed, take a lot of damage, but I can brine to get the kill. Then I think that baits anyone. Probably baits Mawile, I'd say. Because it outspeeds? Is that how that works? Let's see. Oh, we need to remember that I'll be at like at most 25%, right? Well, not even that, I'll be at like 18. So it's going to send in anything that can do more than 18% to me, guaranteed, which I think is going to be everything. So technically this would be a fast kill. So I don't think this is good. Because what do I have that can switch in on a cover? No, okay, so we're not using Remoraid. Is Palpitoad our go-to then? Because we guaranteed 2-shot. Not with Berry Juice necessarily though, is it? Because what's Berry Juice skin? Is it 20 health? I keep thinking I need to look in Pokemon when I search these things. 20 HP. Which is half health, yeah. And it gets stronger, so we kind of need to Oko it, preferably. So we can Bubble Beam it. And then what does it send in on that? I think it's in Munchlax. which is not actually a problem, I think, because we outspeed. We can then pluck. I think that works. So I think we lead with Saba. I think we lead with Saba. Saba can one-shot the Dwebble, and it baits even more while or Munchlax in. Munchlax isn't actually a problem in this situation because we can pluck to get rid of the Salac Berry. I think it's almost guaranteed to Belly Drum then, which will remove half its health. And then we Bubble Beam again, or we hit it with anything at that point. I think Bubble Beam would be a guaranteed kill at that point, right? Not guaranteed, but close enough. If so, we're off by 3%. So, in that case, yeah, Saba kind of cleans this. We just need an answer for Mawile? And it might just be a couple switches worth of Bow takes care quite well. Does have leftovers, which is a problem, and Intimidate, but if we're switching in on it, that's not a problem. I think we bring Bow. We do not want to keep this Tyrogue, unfortunately. And I don't think Fauna comes here. But I think maybe Ina? Maybe Juniper? Does Juniper do anything in this situation? A little bit with Ember? But it's Speed Tie. Yeah, actually, I think we keep Ina in the box. We bring Juniper instead. And I kind of feel like we play it by ear a little bit. But I think we are going to be okay in this case. Nope, we don't want to use, we want to give. No, let's use. Give even. So everyone should now have an Oran Berry. So speed might be a problem, but we have Clear Body. But I think it's safe to say that pretty much everything's going to be underspeeding this Mawile. Maybe? Because, yeah, because that brings us to a speed tie. I think besides you... Let me remind myself, am I bringing Rara? Yeah. You underspeed anyway. You're not coming? No. Monarch, you would be underspeeding. Yeah. Okay, so I actually can't bring Monarch in that case, because Monarch dies to 2 hits and would underspeed. So maybe I do bring Schlimbo? maybe Fauna isn't a bad choice. I feel I said Slimbo just because we get Fake Out, we can buy a turn and bait. But Cover isn't really something anyone can switch in on, I suppose. Some people can, but not easily. Okay, so I'm gonna bring Fauna, and we are not bringing Monarch, because Monarch will die to this more while. Do we have... We do have speed control, right? Fauna, you have speed control? You have sleep powder. What does Feather Dance do again? Sharply reduces attack? I think it's -2. That might be a good play, actually. So I think bringing Lume is the smart move here. Let's just make sure I'm healed. I don't remember if I did this already. It's not a perfect line, and it's not riskless, but I think this is like a good line, you know? So we're gonna go for it. Okay. So we want Saba out front, yes, okay. Let's go for it. Okay, Dwebble comes out, Saba comes out. Saba is going to, I believe, Bubble Beam, correct? Bubble Beam. We underspeed, but we Oko. If it attacks Saba, is that fine? It didn't, okay. That shouldn't lower Saba's speed, because we have Clear Body. I think it's only a switching effect. Good, we got the Oko. Then what comes in, I hope, should be Munchlax. Oh, Saba's not leveled up. Oh. That might be a problem. I don't know. Either way, we outspeed, we pluck. Oh! We eat the berry. I forget. That puts us at +1, I believe? So at Belly Drums, it's now no berry, no item, let's say. Just because I don't know what any of these, some of these do. It's now +6. Headbutt Okos, but we outspeed. Only in switching's got somewhat scary range now. Yeah. So that's at nearly 30. No, because we'd need to high roll. Oh no. We do outspeed? Does that... It's a 50-50, presumably, to Oko. Can I risk this on a 50-50? Decently often, headbutt kills everything. Oh no. Is anyone in the back of the line? Yeah, that's what I need to check. Fauna might just bow? No. No. Also no. Oh, that's really... that's bad. No, I know it's not. So my options here, I could sack and switch into someone who has better... Yeah, I know about the trick. I just figured that this was a smart move. I didn't realise that it would be a guaranteed headbutt kill, and I wouldn't be able to guarantee a kill first. So my options at the moment, I gamble on the 50-50 and I save Saba at full health if I get the kill. Or I switch and hope that something, which I think was going to be Fauna, if I remember correctly. Was Fauna able to survive? Yeah, so Fauna survives and can bullet seed to kill, but that has better odds, actually. It is better odds. Or we sack Fauna. The sticky webs can be annoying. Right. Yeah, well, it didn't get the Salic Berry. Because of Pluck, and at -1 we still outspeed it. So this actually surprisingly would work. Okay. Best odds, I switch into Fauna. If this doesn't work... Yeah. Yeah, that's annoying. I don't know how I missed that. Okay. Switching into Fauna is my best odds here. Because Fauna has, I think, like a 70 something? What was the chance? Sticky Web, but that's fine with -1 speed. Uses Headbutt. Please! Okay. 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 That's good. This is the best outcome, technically. So, Fauna at -1, Bullet Seed kills. Oh, that scared me for a second. I forgot this was a multi-hit move. I really thought that first Bullet Seed was like it, and it didn't kill, and I was like, what have I missed? Ah, okay, okay. Morwell comes in, and I think this is probably random move though, right? 13 health. It's more likely to use Fire Fang. So if I switch in to what type? So I think Bow is our option here, because Bow's not very tanky, but tanky enough, I think. Because then we have a guaranteed 2-shot. Sticky Webs, we underspeed anyway. It can't... Okay, cover. So 35, gonna keep track of that. So now it's guaranteed to cover, and I think that's now not guaranteed. Okay, that's fine. So we brine, cover, don't crit. Oh, I did forget about the Oranberry. That's fine. So we survive one more. Brian, unless if this crits... What am I missing here? Why did that do so little? How does Brian have like a special mechanic? Oh, Brian does more if they're below half health. I remember. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Unless if it crits, I survive one more? No, even if it crits, I survive one more. So I'm gonna Brian again. And then I'll switch out afterwards. Okay. Which puts you just above 20 after the next one. So... who is best to take a cover? And bearing in mind you'll be at -1 speed. Juniper, you take a cover decently well, and you can then one-shot with Ember. I think that's the play here. You will be underspeeding, but that's fine. You can take 2 shots without issue, I hope. Oh, white smoke, so you don't... So this is actually speed tie. So this might be okay. I thought white smoke was actually just for... Okay, Fire Fangs, that's fine. Let me get berry recovery. I thought white smoke was just for accuracy drops. I'm glad that it isn't. Okay. Sandy Gast. So, right, let's start here. 33 Sizzlepede. Need either Hypnosis or Bulldoze. Now I don't want Saba to go to sleep. I can take either of those moves actually. So I'm gonna go for an Ember. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Because now I can switch into Saba. It's not going to use Hypnosis. Saba is immune to the speed drop. It uses Bulldoze. Oh, that might lower my speed. Is that a problem? No, because I still outspeed at -1. I Bubble Beam for the guaranteed Oko. Okay, closer than I would have liked. But we steered and we got it back. That was why I picked these mons, because I feared that we were going to have to steer a bit. And I was right, and I was prepared. I am okay with that. We are gonna run back to the Pokemon Center though, after I get this heart scale, which I do actually remember was there, which I'm very happy about. Now, this means we have access to Granite Cave, and my goal for Granite Cave, we want Togedemaru. And there's a few reasons we want Togedemaru. The obvious reason, Togedemaru is very good. Oh, I should, let's view, there we go. The less obvious reason is because of the naming scheme that I am going for. I have come up with a very good name for Togedemaru. Based on a VTuber, which is what my naming scheme has been so far. I want this Togedemaru so I can call it Iron Mouse. which means I want to have the highest odds possible of getting Togedemaru, which I think is going to mean that I delay Granite Cave at least until... You like the name? I'm glad. I'm a big fan of the name. But I think that means I'm going to delay Granite Cave until 110. That's going to make both 110 and Slateport Museum much more difficult for me. Because so far in my past 2 attempts, I've always had a steel type going into Slateport Museum, which is really essential. Oh, not essential. Really useful for all the poison types in that gym. Or not gym, in that building. In that double battle. Or I rip it and I try for the 10% to get Togedemaru. Or I wait for 110, where in the grass I can get Electrike or Mareep. Maybe Shinx? Who in this has static? Let's have a look. So Shinx does not have static. Oh. So Electrike has static. And who else is in that pool? Mareep. Mareep has static. So it's between Mareep, which is 30%, or Electrike, which is 10%. So that's 40%, I believe. Is there anyone else? Because Dynamo, what do you get? You have Levitate. You don't get a static. And Shinx, we've just proven, gets Intimidate and not static. Yampa, I think you're Ball Fetch, but I don't know what your hidden ability is. Rattle, so yeah, that doesn't help. So it'll be a 40% chance here to get a static mon, which would increase on odds of getting... We go back here, and in Granite Cave, it narrows it down to these encounters, I believe. So it then becomes a 1 in 3. So it's... is that correct? I think that increased our odds by like a third? I'm not very good at math, apparently. Is there anything else I could do? Because I don't have any more encounters unlocked at this point. And these are all one area technically, so I can't get one from each like I'd like to. So I do not have 2 chances for Togedemaru. Yeah, I think I'm wrapping up here. I suppose I'll think until next stream, which will probably be next weekend, whether or not I decide to delay Granite Cave. Feel free to give me your thoughts on that, because I have actually, as besides the fact that Togedemaru is one of the best in the early game, and potentially the entire run, I have really sold myself on getting this Togedemaru just for the name. And I think, honestly, I can't afford to miss it. Not that I'm going to cheat, but like, seems totally fine, yeah. Is that going to, like, with my box, do you think I can... We need to build Granite Cave for Brawley? That's fair. Do you think I will be alright without it, though, for the museum fight? Because I'm hoping so. But that's my biggest concern at the moment. You never take cave before 110? Okay. I know that there are people who do that. It just scares me. I'm used to having a steel type. I've had a Q font both of my previous attempts, and I feel like it's like kind of necessary. But I think realistically what I'm going to end up doing, if you need to put it, you need to put it. That's fair. That's true. Okay. In that case, I think it's pretty much confirmed, but I'll take the time to decide. I am going to wait until next stream before I decide if I'm going to pull Granite Cave. Cave is not a rock and granite. That's true. It's true. That encounter table, let's see, for basement floor 1. It does have, yeah, it does have quite a lot of rock types. Okay, that's fair. Maybe I've just gotten weird RNG in getting Q font both times. I have only had 2, only 5%. No, it's actually 10% in basement floor 1, so it's slightly less fictional. Still not good odds though. I can increase that to about 30% if I get a static mon, which is only 40%. I take basement floor 1 because that's got Toad and Maru. It also has Geodude, which I thought having an electric type would be good. The Alolan Geodude. It's Q Font Central, yeah, I know, that's why I keep getting them. Oh, it's not 20%, it's 30% for Q Font, so yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, my plan, as I say, it looks like I'm gonna wait until 110. Usually for when you get token. Really? I guess, yeah. There is Aeron. That's 10%. Joy Tomorrow's 5. Sandile, that's an Intimidate. Mon with a Dark type of Intimidate. Maybe. Alpha and Aeron are both amazing, that's fair. Okay. Sort of Dark type, okay. Well, you know what, that would make sense as well if I delay 110, because I think that would guarantee Togedemaru if I get static type, static mon, is that right? Or is it 50% to guarantee an electric type? I forget how it works. Static. Outside of battle, there is a 50% chance, okay. So it's not guaranteed, 50%. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I think in that case, I'm going to delay until 110. Hopefully I get Static Mon, which is 40%. Then it becomes a 50-50 of whether I get Togedemaru or not. Which are better odds than just 10%. Non-resistible Steelix is good. Makes a lot of sense. Can we get Steelix in? How do you get Steelix in Run Bun? Because isn't it a trade evo? Because you need Steel Coat, right? Evolves by Metal Coat. Oh, so you just like apply it? That's useful. And Steelix got Sheer Force. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Okay, these are all good to know. I will save that for next stream though, but I think that kind of solidifies my plan, is that I'm going to pull trade evos to change. Yeah, that's what I thought, because obviously you can't trade in this game, besides with NPCs. So next stream, I'm going to blitz through the Slateport Beach, get up to the museum fight, I suppose. Or maybe I do Camper Gavi first and see if I can get my Togedemaru then. That will depend on my calcing, but it's pretty much confirmed at this point. I'm going to wait till 110 before doing Granite Cave, and I guess I'll do top floor. I'll do floor 1. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me today. We have made a little bit of progress, not the most. We've only done 3 vows today in 2 hours. But we've got some new catches. We've done some evos, we've done some leveling. Speaking of leveling, and I know you can't see me doing this, I need to level up Saba before I forget that she is level 16 still. Okay. Done. And save. Yep. Overwrite that. Okay. Perfect. Did not want to miss that up again. That would be really annoying. In the calc as well. 17. Why did it just set my primp up to level 100? That's not what I put. Okay, there we go. Yeah, she does. I've noticed though that sometimes, because you can hear my keyboard through my mic, it's not picking up all the time, but it does if I bring the program to the front. You can see I also click as well and move my mouse, but then I click out of the software and it stops doing it. I think it's an OBS thing actually. So if I'm not in OBS, I'm now in the game again, you can see me click around. So it's really cute. I like it a lot. This isn't a permanent model. This is technically my pre-debut, which I think is still in my title. Yeah, semi-pre-debut. It's one that I made myself. Technically, it's a 3D model made using presets, but it's really cute, and it won't be around for forever because I do have a design in mind for a more permanent model, which I'm going to eventually commission. But yeah, so that's our plan for Run Bun. That's what we've done today. That's my plans for just VTubing in general, I suppose. But yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for not laughing at me for forgetting to level up my starter, because that was very stupid. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you next time. Bye!